for shipping supplies, there's some necessities and things that have accumulated over time that I found useful. One of the first things you're going to need, of course, is a tape gun and tape. This tape is from eBay, but the only reason I have eBay tape is that when you have a store, you get a coupon for supplies, and tape is one of those things. I don't really recommend eBay tape. I use a lot of it for every package, but I think it's free. Another thing you're really going to need is a tape measure. It's good to have a tape measure that has inches and centimeters, since in Canada we tend to use both quite a bit, and it's nice to have it flexible because not all your boxes are going to be nice and straight. With letter post in Canada, it's a lot cheaper, so we have something called Slot of Doom, and that's the nickname for the slot that's at Canada Post, that if you have something that fits in the Slot of Doom, you can use letterpost. And so I found it useful to actually have this, check items before I go to the post office, and I think this was about 20 bucks off Etsy, and I find this very useful. Talking about Etsy, I have also found that these boxes can be useful. While I don't use them a ton, it's nice to have when I need them. When you have something that can fit in the box but can use a bit more protection, these were about $1 each. If you can find somewhere cheaper, let me know, but I do use them. When you set up your Canada Post account, you're going to want to order a bunch of packing slip envelopes, and these are actually free, and they come in packs of 50. When you secure your packing slip to the box, you peel off the tape and you just put it on the backing tape, and you just pull it off, and it's sticky. And they're free. When you're ordering these, it's actually a good idea to also order some of these. And what this is a non-padded poly mailer, and they're cheap. I think they're like 7 cents each or something with free shipping. And the reason these are good is that to save weight, sometimes it's good to put an object in bubble wrap and just put it into one of these envelopes, and it will save you weight, especially if going to the United States. And with size, if you're shipping in Canada, you might have to tape it to make it a smaller dimension, but it's totally worth it because a few inches here and there or centimeters can cost you quite a bit of money. Also, a necessity for shipping is bubble envelopes, padded bubble envelopes. So, it's padded in the side, and video game or DVD fits great into one of these. And with a video game inside, you can easily use letterpost if you want. But even if I'm not using letterpost, it just saves a lot of weight for the United States and dimensions for Canada. So, and they're also really fast to use because it's just a sticky here and you push it over, and it's a lot faster than taping up a box. And this is just simply a larger size of that. This is a size 0, which is the one I use the most. Another thing you're going to want is bubble wrap, of course. This is the normal size. I get this in big rolls from Staples. There might be better, cheaper places, but and I go through quite a bit of this. To me, you have to have this. Once by accident, I actually ordered the larger bubbles, and the rolls take up a lot of room, but I found this really helpful even for things like board games where the box is not that important. And what this allows me to do is I'll wrap the game in this more protective bubble wrap, and then use a larger poly mailer, or sometimes a smaller one, and kind of create a plastic box for it. And because when the sizes, as I explained in the dimensional one, go too high, it jumps the price. This can save you a lot of money by keeping that size just below those maxes, And if the box isn't that important, it's still safe, and no one's complained yet. So, you know, it was a mistake, and it turned out to be a good mistake because it saved me a lot of money. Another thing to get is, and I also got this from Staples. I'm not recommending Staples, it's just easy for me in Ottawa, is craft paper. And this comes in this big roll, and I've had this for over a year. And what I use it for is filler for the box, because you don't want your object moving around. You just crumple it up. You don't have to make it tight, you just want to make it so your object is secure. And it's just the roll is nice and easy to use and quick. An optional thing that I don't use all the time, but you know, enough, is a box resizer. And right here there's a little round serrated piece that when you have your box and you want to lower it by an inch or so, you take it and you put it inside the box, and it'll score along the inside of the box. And then you cut down the corners to that score, and then you can fold over the extra envelope, the sides, and have a shorter box. And that can, and because again, with weight, in the United States, you can actually cut off some of the extra cardboard to save you weight. Or in Canada, the dimensions are more important, so often it will save you dimensional size. And so I recommend it. You don't need this. You can just use scissors and then use a ruler to flip it over. But definitely something you want to do. And for box sizes, by far the box I use the most is the, and I'm going to be talking in inches because boxes come in inches, is 6x4x4. I use this over and over and over again. Seems like a lot of the stuff I buy for some reason goes in these sizes. But I find things like this one here is a 12x6x6 is useful, or 14x6x4. I do have square boxes. When I first started, I actually ordered mostly just square boxes. 6, 6, 6, 8, 8, 8, 10, 10, 10. But I actually find I don't use those nearly as much as I thought I would, because there's not that many things that are perfectly square for some reason that I sell. And when you get something that's really abnormally large or awkward, you can always go buy a box in Staples. And for some objects that I sell, I make sure I have boxes that will fit those items, like board games or a guitar. I want to make sure I have enough of those big boxes to ship those, and I don't want to go out there and get it. And that's basically it. You know, it's handy to have that stuff around. You don't always want to get that stuff from friends and family, because it's really nice to have the proper box sizes available all the time, and you don't have to run around trying to find that stuff. So I recommend you do buy boxes. So I forgot two important ones. One is a laser printer. Laser printers have come down a lot in price, and I use a Brother one, and it's wireless. And if you have the extra money, I highly recommend getting the wireless. It's just so convenient to be able to print from anywhere in the house. And a laser toner is going to save you a lot, because you're going to be printing a lot of shipping papers, and you're going to find an inkjet is just going to consume way too much ink. And like I said, they come down a lot in price. The other thing that's really important to have is a scale, because you need to weigh your stuff. And I highly recommend the scales that have separate faceplate. You can quickly see what I mean if you look them up. The faceplate's really convenient, because a separate faceplate is convenient because for my scale I have it lower down where I put all my boxes and stuff on, and then the readout is high up on my desk, so I can actually see how much things weigh. And if you have a combo scale, which is fine, like if you're just using a kitchen scale to start with, but you're going to find that if your box is too large, you can't see the actual weight of the item, and it's definitely worth the small investment to get a proper scale. Thanks.